मन्ने धनाभिजन रूप तपस्सुतो तेज प्रभाव बल पौरस बुद्धि योगा नाराधनाय भवन्ति परस्य पुंसो भक्त्या तुतोष भगवान गजजूथ पाय. Prahlad Maharaj submitting his humbleness because he has practically experienced that all great personalities present in that meeting, headed by Brahma, the original person, the original created person, as well as all other demigods, they are all highly qualified, but they could not satisfy the Lord. Therefore, he says, I think that any kind of material qualification, such as teja, prabhava, influence, strength, bodily beauty, teja, prabhava, paurusha, capacity, buddhi, intelligence, yoga, mystic power, and all similar qualifications, they are divided into 6 opulences. Strength, influence, fame, and beauty, knowledge, renunciation. These 6 kinds of opulences are fully present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How you can conquer over the Supreme Personality of Godhead by all these material qualifications. Suppose you are going to see some gentleman who is very rich, just like Rockefeller. And suppose you are drawing, say, $1,000 per month, or say $5,000. So how we can become proud of your opulence before a very rich man? So Krishna, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, means that nobody can excel him in richness, in fame, in strength, in beauty, in wisdom and renunciation. However you may exhibit or manifest your opulences, still it is very insignificant. We can practically experience, just like this very nice city, perhaps the greatest city in the world, New York, with so many skyscraper buildings, industrial enterprises, everything very opulent, but as soon as you go 7 miles or 8 miles high by aeroplane, you will see just like they are matchboxes. You have practical experience. And if you still go high, you will find this whole planet just like a point. As you are daily experiencing, there are so many planets in the sky hanging, just like small spots, but they are as big or greater than this planet. So nobody can excel the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is not possible. If you want to purchase the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by your material acquisition, it is impossible. It is impossible. That is the instruction of Prahlad Maharaj. He is deriding that manne dhanavijana rupa. Abhijana means born in great nation or in great family. Nobody can be proud that because I am born of a very rich family and because I am born of a very great rich nation like America, therefore I can purchase the favor of God. No, that is not possible. Prahlad Maharaj says it is not possible. Naradhanaya bhavanti parasya pungsa. Parasya pungsa means the transcendental personality. He excels all personalities. We are all person. The Lord Krishna or God, He is also a person. As you are person, I am person. It's not impersonal. Otherwise, how you can be richest, the most famous, the most beautiful? These qualifications are for person. But He is so great, God is so great, His personality is so great that it transcends all personalities. Parasya pungsa. Parasya means transcendental. And pungsa, the person. God is never impersonal. The impersonal understanding of the absolute truth is the beginning of transcendental knowledge. But if you make further progress, you will find Him as the Supreme Person. The Supreme Person, thus, just like we offered our humble prayers, Govindam Adipurusham. He is the original person. In the Bible you will see man is made after God. This feature, this form is just in imitation of Krishna's form. Because Krishna has got two hands, because Krishna has got two legs, one head. So we are imitation. We are sample God. So just imagine how the original person, the original personality of Godhead is opulent, rich, beautiful, famous, so many, all good qualifications, all opulences are present there. So, with our material acquisitions, it is not possible to please the Supreme Personality of God. How then He can be pleased? Now, Bhaktya Tutulsa Bhagavan Gajajutopaya. You can simply please the Supreme Personality of Godhead by your transcendental loving service. That's all. If you try, if you learn the art of loving, then you can. He'll be just like a playmate with you. Krishna is so nice. Advaita yacchati anadi ananta rupam adyam purana purusam navajovanancha vedeshu dullabhaya dullabhayatma bhakto. Here is also in the Brahma Samhita, it is said, the adurlabha. Atma bhakto. Adurlabha means very easily obtained. Durlabha means very difficult to obtain. And adurlabha, just the opposite, very easily obtained. How? Na atma bhakto. Those who are devotees of the Lord, for them He is very easily available. The affection is so nice thing. So try to develop your affection. That affection is already there. Don't think that Krishna affection is being artificially propagated. Perhaps in this meeting I am the only Indian, but all my students here, they're all American. They belong to different faiths. How they are developing Krishna consciousness. I am not bribing them, I have no money. But still, why they are so much affectionate? This is the proof that everyone has got dormant Krishna consciousness within himself. It is not an artificial thing. Simply you have to develop it. It is not taught actually, just like a young boy or young girl. There is no educational department how to love a young girl or young boy. It is already there. It is not taught. Similarly, the Krishna consciousness is not the subject matter of being taught. Please try to note this. Krishna consciousness is not a thing as you are taught technology or mathematics or like that. It is already there. Simply we have to revive it. Simply we have to revive it. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that Krishna consciousness is eternally existing in every human being, every living entity. Not only human being. You have seen the one picture that a calf, how he is loving Krishna by licking his body. You have seen it. So even in the calf, even in the animal, even in the birds, even in the beast, we have all described these things in our teachings of Lord Chaitanya. That when Krishna was present in Vrindavan, how the cranes, how the cuckoos, how the peacocks, how the wasps, how the flowers, how the creepers were loving them. How they are loving Krishna. So, it is not a thing that we have to teach. Simply by good association, by reference, it comes out. It is called Suptathita Nyaya. Just like a man sleeping at night, he forgets everything. Where he is lying on and what he is doing and which family does he belong to, which country does he belong to, what is his occupation, everything he forgets. Sleeping means forgetfulness. But as soon as he awakens, he remembers everything. Everything. I have to go to office, I have to do this thing, I have to meet such and such person, everything. Similarly, Krishna consciousness is sleeping in everyone's heart. He is hankering. He is hankering after how to love Krishna. But he is being checked up. The Maya is checking. Don't try to love Krishna. If you love Krishna, then you will forget all these material activities. Maya is speaking. Smirang bhangitrayo parichitang shachi vistirna drishting bangsi nastadhara kisalaya ujjalang chandrakena govindakhyam harutanamiha kesitirthopakanthe ma prekrishta tavajadi sakhe brahnu sange stiranga. This is a very nice verse composed by Rupa Goswami, that one friend of one gopi, she is warning, my dear friend, please do not go that side. Where? In the Keshi Tirthopakanthe, on the bank of Keshi Ghat, Jamuna. Why you are warning me? Because there is that boy whose name is Govinda. What he is doing? He is simply smiling and with his flute. And he is so bright by the rays of the moon that he looks very, very beautiful. Then what happens? Now, if you go and see him, then you will forget your engagement with family and friendship and love and everything else. He will absorb everything. So don't go there. He is warning. Yeah. Don't. In other words, Krishna is so attractive by his activities, transcendental activities, by his beauty, by his opulence, by his strength, everything. If you read the history of Krishna's activities in the Srimad Bhagavatam or in the Bhagavad Gita, they are so attractive that one automatically becomes attracted. And he forgets all other attraction. This is natural. This is not an artificial. Krishna consciousness is so nice that once situated in Krishna consciousness, he will forget all nonsense of this material life. So, this movement is simply to revive that dormant consciousness, nothing artificial. And by the grace of Lord Chaitanya, it has been made very simple. Simply chant Hare Krishna and dance. That's all. You haven't got to be very highly educated in the university. You haven't got to exercise in so many yogic process, sitting posture, or hard press your nose, or keep your head down. Nothing, no labor. Simply come here, chant Hare Krishna and take Krishna Prasada. This very simple method will revive your Krishna consciousness. You know all that 2 years ago, in 1966, I started this class alone. I was chanting only. That was my, whatever you call. And these boys and girls, gradually, they came and they became attracted. I did not teach them any artificial method of yoga practice, but simply I requested them, you chant and hear. A very easy process. You can revive your dormant Krishna consciousness simply savanadi shuddha chitte kara yudha. The process is that as you go on chanting, then all the dirty things within your heart will be cleansed. Simply, we want to cleanse. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended this chanting, and he has said that the result of chanting will be, the first installment of your gain will be that your heart will be cleansed. The first thing which is being tried by the so many mental speculators, how to cleanse the heart, that will be achieved in the first installment by simply chanting Hare Krishna. Chetadarpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam. And as the cleansing process of your heart makes progress, then you become freed from the blazing fire of material existence. Chetadarpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam. Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. And then again, just like in the moonlight, daily the moon increases the light. When the moon is rising daily, in the bright fortnight, daily you see that the moon is increasing in shape. So that very example is set here. As soon as your heart is cleansed, and you immediately become freed from all material contamination, then your real pleasure on the platform of Krishna consciousness increases in the proportion as the moon increases in the sky daily, and at one day it becomes the full moon. So this process is so nice that increasing daily by chanting, one day it will come that you will simply love Krishna and forget everything. Chetadarpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam. And so far knowledge is concerned, you will get it automatically. You will get all knowledge. Our material conditional life is simply due to ignorance. And when you come to Krishna consciousness, the full moon light of Krishna consciousness, all knowledge will be at your feet. Everything will know. Vidyavadhu Jivanam and Anandambudhi Bardhanam. Then you increase the ocean of transcendental bliss. The ocean never increases, but the transcendental ocean of bliss increases daily. Daily, and you enjoy it. Anandamudhi Vardhanam Sarvatma Sapanam. Sarvatma Sapanam, just like when you take your shower bath or a dip into the ocean, you feel fully comfortable. Similarly, by taking your dip into the ocean of bliss of Krishna consciousness, you will feel fully refreshed. Fully refreshed, without any doubt. Parang Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Therefore Lord Chaitanya gives all glories to the Sankirtan movement. Hare Krishna. So this is the process. He God and not dead. God cannot be dead. This is all foolishness. God is there. How you can conceive? How you can perceive that God is not dead? There is sufficient symptom that God is not dead. Just like your body, if you are breathing, if your bodily functions are working nice, if there is blood, and if you are feeling, thinking, willing nicely, will the doctor say that you are dead? No. He'll say, no, all the symptoms of life are present there. So, he is not dead, he is alive. Similarly, if you have got that talent to test how God is alive, That is very simple. The whole cosmic manifestation, the whole gigantic body of God is working so nicely. The sun is rising in time, the moon is rising in time, the seasonal changes are taking place in time, the planets are moving, everything is in order. How you can say the God is dead? What is your reason? No, God is not dead. God is alive, and you can meet also God. Because He is a person, and you are a person. Just like here, if you try, you can meet the greatest personality of this material world, say the President. That is not difficult. You have to simply arrange your meeting. Similarly, you can meet God face to face, just we are meeting here face to face. Simply you have to make arrangement, that's all. And this is the arrangement, Krishna consciousness. If you make this arrangement complete, then you will see God face to face. Not only that you will see God face to face after this life. No, even in this life also you will see God face to face. Premanjana Furitan, what is that qualification? The qualification is love. Simply, you are loving so many things that is not giving you satisfaction. You try to develop your love, which is already dormant in you. And when you are efficient in loving God, you will see God face to face. Premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti. The Brahma Samhita says that those who have developed love of God and smeared the eyes with the ointment of love, that by that ointment the sight of your eye, the material eyesight will be clear. Just like you sometimes apply medicine on your eyes to see clear. Similarly, there is a process to make your eyesight clear to see God. That's all. Not that stop seeing, but clear the eyesight. Purify your senses. That is called bhakti. Bhakti means the process of purifying the senses. That's all. And as soon as your senses are purified, transcendentalized, you see God face to face. Premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva. Sadaiva means constantly, without any cessation. You can see God always, everywhere. Everywhere. Sthavar jangam dekhe na dekhe tar murti. He will see tree, but he will not see the tree, he will see their Krishna. He will see a bus, but he will see their Krishna. That stage will come. Preman, when your loving spirit is developed fully, like the full moon, then in the full moon night, as you can visualize the whole city, similarly, by raising yourself to the platform of loving service of Krishna, you will see God face to face. Premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti. Young Shyama Sundaram. That God is Shyama Sundaram. This Krishna is called Shyama Sundaram. Shyama means blackish. But it's very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Shyama Sundaram achinta gunasarupam. Achinta means inconceivable. his qualities, his transcendental qualities are inconceivable. When in the Vedic literature it is said that God is quality-less, nirgun. Nirgun means he is transcendental to these material qualities. But his transcendental qualities are there. So he is called that Achinta Gunasarupam, Govindam. We just offer our prayer 3 verses only from this Brahma Samhita before our this recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. That Govinda is the original personality of Godhead, and Shyamasundar with a flute in his hand, and he is very pastimious, always smiling, and by smiling he offers you blessings. You also, by seeing he is smiling, you remain everlastingly smiling. It is so nice. So Prahlad Maharaj recommends that the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be satisfied by your material opulences. That is not possible. You cannot excel him. However you may be great in material science, knowledge, opulence, economic development, or everything, but if you want to see God, then you have to accept this process, bhakti. In the Bhagavad Gita also the same thing affirmed. Not only in the Bhagavad Gita, in all Vedic scriptures, the same thing is affirmed. That simply, if you want to see God, if you want to make your relationship with God, then it is bhakti. And our process, this Krishna consciousness movement, is not for proselytizing. That you are Christian, you become Hindu, or you are Hindu, you become Christian, or you are Mohammedan. No. We don't recommend in that way. You remain in your religious faith. But we simply request you that you develop your love of God. That's all. We want to test your religion capacity, how much you have developed your love of God. That's all. We do not want to see what kind of rituals and performances you are doing. Phalena parichiyate. You want to see the result. How much you have tried, how much you have developed your love of God. That's all. That is the Bhagavad recommendation. Savai pungsa paro dharma jato bhakti radho kari. That is the first class type of religious principle by which one can develop his dormant love of God. That's all. If you are not developing your love of Godhead, simply following the rituals, the Bhagavad says, Sramaeva hi kevalam, simply laboring, simply wasting your valuable time. That's all. Don't waste your time. You have got very precious life in this human form of existence. Don't waste your time. Just try to increase your love of God. That is the perfection of your life. Thank you very much. Any question? Yes.
purify your senses before you can see God. Purification of the senses.
Yes. Just like in a diseased condition of your eyes, you cannot see. In diseased condition of your hand, you cannot touch. In diseased condition of your leg, you cannot walk. All your senses in diseased condition cannot work. Similarly, in material disease condition, you cannot understand what is God. You have to cure yourself from this disease condition. Then you will see, you will touch, you will perceive, you will know, you will feel, everything. Those who are unable to cure the disease, they want to kill. Just like a patient is suffering in very bad type of disease, the physician cannot kill, then cannot cure him, then he thinks, let me die, let me commit suicide. So this voidism or impersonalism is a symptom of frustration, not being able to cure the disease. But actually, the living entity is eternal. Just like a rascal or foolish man thinks that I am suffering so much, let me commit suicide and it will be a great relief. It is foolishness. He will be put into further torture after this life. He will become a ghost. So, because they do not know that living creature is eternal, therefore they want to make the ultimate solution as void, zero. But it cannot be zero. It is not possible. Because you are eternal. Therefore you have to cure. And that curing process is Krishna consciousness. Rishi Kumar, why you are there? Come here. All right. Any other question? Yes, try to understand nicely. Yes.
So is Sundar, like Gosunda, that Sundar means beautiful?
Yes. Sundar means, the Sanskrit word Sundar means very beautiful. Shyama Sundar, Gaura Sundar. Sundar means beautiful. Yes. Yes.
Krishna, you said he's black. Sometimes you see pictures he's blue.
Yes. Krishna is bluish. Krishna's color is the sky. When you see the clear sky, bluish sky, are you not very happy? Oh, today is a very nice day, blue sky, especially in this country, when the sky is always overcast with cloud. So, why you appreciate the color of the sky so much? That is Krishna's color. Krishna's body, there is a rays, Brahma Jyoti. That Brahma Jyoti is reflected in the sky. That Brahma Jyoti is outside this material sky, but that is being reflected. Therefore the sky's color is appeared bluish. Jassa prabha prabhavato jagadanna koti koti sasesa vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam. It is stated in the Brahma Samhita. On account of distribution of the rays of his body, Brahma Jyoti, there are generation of innumerable universes. So all these universes, this is one of the universes, they are in that Brahma Jyoti, and that Brahma Jyoti is being reflected in the sky. And sky is so beautiful. So how much beautiful is Krishna? Just you can imagine. Just like the sunshine. The sunshine is the rays of the sun planet. And in the sun planet there is sun god. So if sunshine is so pleasing, just imagine how the sun god is pleasing. Similarly, Krishna's Jyoti, Brahma Jyoti, is so important, then just imagine how Krishna's beauty is appreciated in transcendental world. Jang Sama Sundaram Achinta Gunasrupam Barahavatang Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Barahavatang Samasita Ambuddha. His color is compared with the blackish cloud, Masita Ambuddha, Sundarangam, but very, very beautiful. So you can chant again.